What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. And today we are doing another Saturday Showcase video of the weekly series where I get a few decks from some members of my community and choose one of those decks to play some games with. Today we got some pretty spicy decks for you, but before we get into that, if you enjoy this type of content, if you enjoy my style, if you enjoy my vibe with my Marvel Snap videos, please consider subscribing, as I would really appreciate you. Trying to get 2,000 subscribers soon. We are around 1,200, I think almost 1,300 right now. So if you have subscribed already, I appreciate you. If you have not subscribed yet, why don't you go ahead and do so? Do me a quick favor. I would really appreciate you. Now, without further ado, let's get into these decks. Now, first up, we have a Sandman Ronan Devil Dino deck coming from Pulse Glazer. Shout out Glazer, who is actually a member of the Snap Judgments podcast. If you haven't heard their podcast, go check it out. It's pretty chill, pretty informative, and pretty fun to listen to. So I will leave a link to the podcast in the description of this video if you are interested. But let's take a look at this deck real quick, because it's pretty interesting, right? So Sandman went from a 4/1 to a 5/5. So that extra little power helps make up for the tempo loss of only playing one card per turn. And Ronan naturally synergizes with Sandman because he's going to get +2 power for each card in your opponent's hand. If your opponent can only play one card per turn, they're usually going to have a pretty big hand, maybe unless they're playing discard, right? And same thing with Devil Dinosaur. It gets +2 power for each card in your hand, and you're also only going to play one card per turn, so Devil Dinosaur can get pretty good here. And we have a few different ways to ramp into Sandman. We actually have Psylocke and Wave to ramp into Sandman, not Electro. That way we don't limit ourselves to playing one card per turn if we don't need to, right? And then we have Sunspot just for some early game tempo, soak up some energy. Maria Hill is going to add a card to our hand. Same thing with Agent Coulson is going to add 2 cards to our hand. Maximus is going to add 2 cards to our opponent's hand. And Arrow for just being Arrow. Yeah, Arrow is Arrow. What else can I say about this card at this point? Dr. Doom is really good in Sandman deck, so because it could spread your power across all 3 locations, and America Chavez for consistency. So I really like this deck list. It really kind of depends. Like, you got to kind of assess like the board state and your deck and what your opponent's deck is before you kind of try and commit to playing. Okay, let's say you want to play Ronan. Okay, well, you play Maximus and then Ronan. But if you think that maybe they're going to be playing a deck that isn't good for your Ronan, like I said, discard, then you could go more the Devil Dino route and play things more like Marie Hill and Agent Coulson. So a really fun and really flexible deck. Thank you, Glazer, for sharing your deck. Next up, we got a Sera deck from my boy Swag. This actually looks kind of similar to the Sera deck I posted a couple of days ago. A couple noticeable changes here. We have the Carnage and Bucky Barnes package, which is nice. You have Zabu with 3 4-cost cards. I do like that. I actually really like White Queen. So having 3 4-cost cards in Zabu makes a lot of sense. And America Chavez, you don't really see America Chavez in Sera decks, but I don't really hate it, to be honest, because you're really increasing the odds of drawing your Sera, which is one of your biggest win condition, if not like the win condition of this deck. So I actually don't hate the addition of America Chavez in this deck. I think this actually looks pretty solid overall. You got counters for just about everything with the Killmonger, the Shang-Chi, and Enchantress. And the White Queen gives you some information on your opponent's hand. So really dig this variation of a Sera deck list. Thank you, Swag, for submitting. Next up, we got an interesting one. This is coming from Obi-Wan Kenovi. It is an Agatha deck list. I always love seeing some Agatha deck lists, even though she's not very good. She's definitely fun. Well, sometimes she can be frustrating, right? But he calls this Agatha's babysitter because he says he basically wants to try and limit Agatha from screwing up as much as possible. So yeah, I mean, Iceman and Sunspot, probably just the best 1-cost cards. Now the Forge, I'm not sure what Forge goes into, if I'm being honest. I feel like Agatha can do like Forge on 2 and then Green Goblin on 3. So I don't know. That's pretty wild. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. I don't know what the purpose of Forge is in this deck list. But Scorpion, I'm okay with. I like Scorpion. I do like Green Goblin. Ironheart, yeah, Ironheart's pretty decent as well. And then Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel's actually really good with Agatha, I think. The newly buffed Spider-Woman, I think Spider-Woman's actually pretty decent now. And Doctor Doom, can't go wrong with Doctor Doom. So honestly, doesn't look like too bad of a list. The only thing I'm kind of questioning is the Forge, because I really think Agatha will play Forge on 2 and Green Goblin on 3, and it'll just be a -1 Green Goblin. I don't know. That's just kind of my thought process. But other than that, I think this looks like a pretty fun list. So yeah, thank you Obi-Wan Kenovi for sharing. So the last deck we have here is Kitsune's Big Miles deck, and you will notice I'm actually missing one card from this deck list, and that is the newly released Stature. Stature is a 5/7, costs 1 if your opponent discarded a card from their hand this game. So that is the reason that we are running Black Bolt in this deck list, because it's going to force your opponent to discard a card, which will make Stature cost 1, and a 1 for 7 is just really, really good value. It's like an Ebony Maw with no downside, essentially. But yeah, I really dig this list. It has a lot of kind of like smaller units. I guess that's why we're running the Goose here, kind of limiting where our opponent can play their big cards. I really do like Goose against kind of like Shuri decks. It really limits where they can play their Red Skull and their Taskmaster, Arnim Zola, things like that. We do have some disruption with the Juggernaut and the Polaris, and we got movement cards as well with those cards and Nightcrawler to activate the Miles Morales, which is another good value card. So I actually do like the combination of Stature and Miles Morales together. I think that's really nice. Arrow is Arrow. Again, Shang-Chi is a good tech card right now with all the Shuri decks. Shuri herself is just an insanely good card. So yeah, this looks like a pretty solid deck list. I would actually try this out myself if I had Stature. I really, really do want this card, but at the moment, I have Thanos pinned in my shop, and yeah, I think I'm going to keep Thanos pinned for a while, or maybe get Kang. I don't know. We'll see how Kang works, right? But yeah, thank you, Kitsune, for sharing. Looks like a really, really fun deck list. If you have Stature, I would recommend trying this out. Because yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. Now the deck I'm going to be playing some games with is Glazer's. You know what? I don't even know what to call this deck list. Glazer. If you got like a good name for this deck list, let me know, because I don't know what to call it. Like Sandman, Ronan, Devil Dinosaur. I don't know. We call it like big hands or something, right? Because you want to have a big hand for your Devil Dinosaur, and you want your opponent to have a big hand for Ronan. So I don't know. Maybe we call it the big hands deck or something like that. But anyways, I like playing Ronan. I like playing Sandman. This deck looks pretty interesting, and I actually just recently unlocked Agent Coulson and Maria Hill. I didn't have these cards when they were Series 4, but after they got to drop down to Series 3, I just unlocked them. So I haven't really played with these cards that much. Yeah, I'm going to take this deck, try it out for a few games, and let's see how we do with it. All right, Glazer, let's see how your deck does. We had no play on turn 1. Now, Psylocke, Glazer says you want to play Psylocke on turn 3 to ramp into one of your 5-cost cards. I'm going to go ahead and play Maria Hill. Do I want to play her in Sinister London? I think we could play her in Sinister London, and we could probably play Psylocke into Altar of Death. So our opponent is going to sacrifice a lizard in the Altar of Death. And we got Bast and Blade from Maria Hill, which is actually not good. Neither of these are really good for us. I'm going to go ahead and do Psylocke into Altar of Death. That's going to be a lot of energy for next turn. That's +3 energy for next turn. So I'll be able to play... I'll probably do... I don't know. Do I want to do like Sandman... Dino Ronan, what is he playing? I think he's playing an ongoing deck since he played Ant-Man, he played Lizard, Mr. Fantastic, and Armor. So he's definitely an ongoing deck list here. So yeah, I don't think Sandman actually hurts ongoing decks that much, to be honest. So I think we don't go Sandman here. I think I'm going to play Devil Dino into Sinister London. Actually, I don't. Yeah, I don't want to play Bast or Blade. Those are kind of bad for us. But yeah, we'll just keep them in our hand just to keep our hand full. So we'll play Devil Dino on the left here, and it's a Cosmo. We do not care about Cosmo because Devil Dino is ongoing, and I maybe should consider snapping. He has 3 cards in his hand, so my Ronan is not going to be very big. What can we do here? We can do... If I had Maximus, that'd be good to force him to draw for our Ronin. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Sunspot in Sinister London. And I'm going to do Wave into Altar of Death. And I think we get 8 energy next turn. So we can play 2 4-cost cards, right, on the final turn. Maybe I should have snapped because I feel like that's a that's a lot we can do, right? I probably should have snapped. And he's gonna gift us a Captain America. I do appreciate that, my good sir. So we will take that Captain America, and we can do. I guess we can just do Chavez in London, and we can do. Well, do I even want to play Captain America actually? Maybe not because... Yeah, maybe not because that's just making our dinos weaker. And the sunspots will just take the unsoaked energy. I probably should have snapped because I'm looking really good here. I don't want to snap now because he might just run away. And yeah, he's going to get the retreat anyways. So, okay. We're off to a good start, Glazer. We're off to a good start. Oh, and if you guys are curious what rank I'm at rank 83. Actually, I was ranking up so much yesterday, dude, and then like today I started playing, and then I just started tanking my rank. I don't know. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. You know, you got a good day, you got a bad day. So that's how it is sometimes. Mindscape is going to be kind of annoying for us, but yeah, I don't really like playing Mindscape. Let's just do Maria Hill in the left location for now. And it's Morbius. So it's a discard deck. That could be very bad for us with Mindscape if he just discards his whole hand with MODOK and gives us nothing. So that could be bad. Do I want to play the Squirrel Girl? I guess we could, right? Just kind of spread out the power. Yeah, why not? Help give us initiative as well. That potentially could come in handy. Oh, thank God he stormed the Mindscape. Oh man, I actually love that. Thank you. I appreciate that, pal. And he's going to give us a little thumbs up here. That's actually one scenario I don't mind the thumbs up. So I could play Wave here. We could Wave into Doctor Doom, but do I want to do that? Or do I just want... Yeah, we could do that. We could do that. Let's play Wave, and then we'll play Doctor Doom. Dracula. Okay, so I am probably going to assume a MODOK is coming next. So we can do Doctor Doom. I don't know if we can beat this though. Like, we're looking good at the moment, but if he plays MODOK, he's gonna get a lot of points. And he's just gonna leave his hand with Apocalypse if he has Apocalypse. So let's see if he plays MODOK, and he does. He's got that variant. Wolverine comes down. Okay, Colleen, Sif, Apocalypse, and now he just has Apocalypse in hand. Oh, but actually, Grand Central is gonna take it, but my Ronan comes down. But Ronan is not gonna do anything here because he has 1 card in his hand. He's just gonna play it. I think we actually lose here. Well, if it's Chavez, do we win the tiebreaker? No, right? Because he's going to discard something. He's going to discard something with the Dracula, whatever he drew. Maybe Chavez. Morbius is going to go +2. And... oh, yeah. Yeah. I think we get out of here. I think we get out of here, man. That's unfortunate. Discard is actually like the worst matchup for Ronan, so I think that was unfortunate. If we had like Devil Dino, that would have been a better game for us. All right, first turn up here. We got the Tinkerer's Workshop. I'm going to go ahead and just play Maria Hill since We do have Devil Dino in hand, which is nice. And we get an Iron Fist. Iron Fist. Let's see if maybe he will come in handy. Furry's Lab. I mean, do I really... I don't care for playing Sunspot into that location. So we are going against a Thanos deck, and I've been getting kind of tired of playing against Thanos, man. Like, I don't know. Sometimes the games can be fun, but like that deck is just insanely strong. So let's go ahead. Let's do Psylocke. What if we do Iron Fist, Psylocke, and next turn we will be able to play our Sandman. I guess maybe I could have held on to the Iron Fist to have another card for our Dino. Let's see. Let's do Sandman. Ooh, Titan is gonna be pretty nice. Do I want to snap? I think I'm gonna snap. Playing Thanos, and we got a Sandman down on turn 4. I think this is a situation where I do want to be snapping. So here comes our Sandman. Let's see what he plays. She-Hulk, Power Stone, Dude, the thing with the Thanos decks is like they have everything, right? Like they have She-Hulk, they have Arrow, they have Shang-Chi. Like, dude, it's insane how much flexibility these decks have, man. And next he's gonna play a Magneto. That's a 24-point Magneto. Jeez. I kind of wish I had a Shang-Chi right now. That would be very, very helpful. Now he's revealing first. He is going to reveal first. Well, I guess there's a couple different things we can do. Like I can arrow into the middle location. I can also Devil Dino isn't a lot of points. I think Ronan is actually more points since he has 5 cards in his hand. But maybe we just Chavez in the middle. What do we think about that? Do I just want to Chavez, or what if we just abandon the middle lane and we play Ronan on the right? What do we think about that? Maybe we just do that. We play Ronan on the right location here. And he does drop a Shang-Chi, but I think he's actually going to win because of Sunspot. His Sunspot's going to go, but mine is going to go, and we're going to lose the tiebreaker because of the Shang-Chi. That is tragic. All right, next game up here, we have Sunspot, Maria Hill, and Psylocke. I'm going to go ahead and play Maria Hill. Let's play her in the middle location for now. And he's going to drop an Ebony Maw just blind onto the right location. Don't even know what it is yet. Shuri's Lab, that might come back and bite our opponent there. So let's see. We could do Psylocke. We could do Psylocke to ramp into the Devil Dino. I think I like that play. Let's split up our cards a little bit. Do Psylocke on the right, Sunspot in the middle. And here comes the Lizard. Ebony Maw and Lizard could be anything. Could be ongoing deck. Could be something else. Let's do Devil Dino on the Vibranium Mines. It's either Ronan or Maximus. He has 6 cards in his hand. I think Ronan is actually going to be good here, and I think we're going to snap because we're looking pretty good. I mean, unless he has a way to like move this Ebony Maw, maybe. I think we just win Shuri's Lab. Oh, the Claw. Okay, that's interesting. That is interesting, but I think we still win this because what we can do... Okay. I was going to say we just play Maximus in the Shuri's Lab and we just win this one. So, all right, good game. Our opponent did play... yeah, Ebony Maw is always kind of risky on a blind location, though. So, good game. All right, thank you everyone for submitting your decks. I really like this deck that Glazer put together. I think the only thing I would want to maybe add is a Shang-Chi because There's just so many big units from Shuri and things like that in the meta. So I think I'll maybe add a Shang-Chi in here somewhere. But other than that, pretty fun deck list. Once again, thank you for sharing. If you want to be a part of the next Saturday showcase where I show off some decks from my community, go ahead and join my Discord server. Link for it will be in the description down below. I would love to see you there and chat Marvel Snap with you. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys. And if you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing. It would really help me out. And I would really, really appreciate you. So once again, thank you for watching. Appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next one. Later.